Hi. Every day we have awoken. In what way? It is not the same as it was yesterday. It is new. But it comes with vestiges of habits, of our traditions, of our past experiences. So it already has some color filling it out, if you think of it as a picture. There are things that are foundational within the context of our frame. There is a frame. It is three-dimensional. It has form. It has features. It has symbology. It is open to infinite variety and possibility. Maybe very similar, maybe not. Finding within one's own being, one's physicality, one's flesh and blood and bones, thinking about what we're doing right now, in this moment, is witnessing and observing ourselves, just as an exercise to be aware. Call it a practice. Call it meditation, mindfulness. Call it being alive. Every moment of your day is not that much different from now. We need but to be aware. Yesterday, we finished the podcast with the reminder, which I'll begin with today. One hand on the steering wheel, the other on the rudder, that you might guide yourself better through your day, your life, your being. Finding the depth within your physicality is a straightforward and simple manifestation of one's energy. We breathe, learn, practice learning about your breathing. It is, what can I say? It is everything. Put your hand over your mouth as if you would want to. You know what I'm saying. There is nothing more important than your breath. Yet how often are you aware of your own breathing in the times only when you need it? When you're trying to help yourself become calm, or you're trying to help yourself become more active. And the rest of the time it is taken for granted. Taken for granted. And you can multiply this out times so many different things. And I'm just like you. Taken for granted. Just about everything, all the time. What we do in our practice is we learn to facilitate remembering by utilizing tools. And the tools that we use are not in a spiritual tradition so much as in languages and expressions of cultures and clothing and songs and words and mannerisms and literature. It reverts back to the foundation of all things. In a sense, it is our physicality. It is our breathing. How am I going to find God in my breath? By being open to it. Perhaps you suspected that I would say, well, you're not. But it can just as easily be said, you already are. And it is just a question of waking up, of being aware of the majesty of our creation. That's all it is. Feeling with inside your body. Okay, comfortable posture, right? Undisturbed. Sitting cross-legged. Having a pillow under your buttocks. Spine upright. Relaxed. Body at ease, comfortable, calm. One's eyes penetrating the infinite, open or closed. If they're closed, noticing the orangey red glow before you, that's tantalizing your optic nerve. Through your closed eyelids, it's the light shining through. Be aware of every word you are hearing and every other sound. Listening for the infinite hissing background of eternity. It is the threshold of being. Everything is energy. Everything. When we drill down figuratively into the smallest of small things, atoms and all these things, what do they find at the bottom, at the foundation? Energy. Okay. We are aware. Point is, we want to be here. We want to understand. We want to thrive in our universe, in our own skins. So comfortably aware of one's own physicality. Someone asks you to sit and assume a posture and be undisturbed, concentrating and focusing on being present in your mind, in your body, in your spirit, present, here, now. It is only the beginning. If you are here in this moment, the moment is gone. It's behind us already. And so this one, they're all coming and going, right? Being here open-minded, flowing through the cracks and crannies of our universe. That's what we're doing here. You think you are stopped and awaiting for something to happen. No. Everything in your body is changing with every vowel and consonant and syllable that you hear, with every word, with every meaning, with every symbol you come to understand. Everything in the universe has been changing. What do we have? We have now. It is flowing like a vast ocean. Time. From all the beginning, whenever that was, to whenever it ends. Time. It is a vast sea of some sense of differentiation. I don't have a handle on it necessarily. It is energy. It is. Think about it. Think about what you are doing. Think about it. Think about whom you are. Think about it. And as you start to remember, and you come into a sense of your own physicality, remember your breathing. I say it so many times because it is such an important quality to possess, being mindful of your physicality. You can right yourself, which you can come to a sense of calm, a sense of ease, a sense of remembering whom and what you are, your majesty. If you have forgotten that you are a bundle of miracles, it's time to remember. Again and again. If there are 86,400 seconds in a day, which there are, 86,400, can you remember 1,000 times your flowing breath? Your flowing being? Do this for yourself. And let me know, for the world should celebrate being aware. When you feel you have a beginning of an understanding and a cursory relationship, or a good relationship, or a wonderful relationship, or a life-giving relationship or a God-introducing relationship with your breathing, you will have already found, in many of these cases, your breath's other best friend, your heart. They're nestled together. They're always cuddling. Yeah. And always giggling and having fun together. Feeling and thinking about that orangey glow that we saw through our eyelids that our optic nerves picked up with our beginning postures. And having an understanding and another realization, too, that there is so much to be aware of. The warmth that you are generating, this orangey glow of activity that is heat that's being generated by the movement of muscles, one's lungs, one's heart. Remembering whom we are. It's as simple as that. You can layer that with your faith, with your religions, with your spirit, with your society, with your culture, with your government, with your way of life, with whatever country, whatever color. We are going back home. The foundation is deep as the distance to the edge of the universe. It is everywhere. The fabric of space and time. The web of energy of creation. Do you think it's only in spots? It depends on one's perspective. Yes, of course. And no, of course. If you are in the midst of the sea, it is rough. If you are 1,000,000 miles above it looking down, it is calm. Which is it? It's both. Thinking about what we're doing. Breath. Just be a friend. Get to know. Practice. You have practice every day. You're practicing being a better human being every day. 5 times a day, 10 times a day, 100 times a day, 1,000 times a day, 1,000 times a day. This is a blessing. That you would be aware of yourself this much time. The whole world in your footsteps will smile. Being aware of the friends of your friend, your heart. Remember all that you can about your circulation and what this whole process is about. Being in awe, being in astonishment, having a sense of reverence about whom and what we are. This is what we're talking about. Elicit in one's own being a sense of awe. Samadhi, same thing. A sense of awe. A sense of majesty. Not that you need to earn it. You deserve to feel whom. You deserve to know whom you are. Have a nice day. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. We're so lucky to be alive. Namaste.